Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm going to share my opinion and my thoughts about the upcoming limited banner, which W. Okay, so on that banner there will be three new operators. The first one is Elysium. Elysium is a vanguard and it's the same type of vanguard as Myrtle, which have the trait that reduce their block count to 0 when they use a skill. Their sole purpose is to generate TP cost, or TP point. Yeah, I'm just gonna read the elite term. When deployed, deployment cost of all sniper operator negative -2. Additionally, when skill is active, all sniper operator gain plus 20 attack speed. You can deploy your Exia if you have her, or any other sniper. Even if you have Cruise. Cruise is like what? 10 or 8 or 9 TP cost. You reduce that by 2. You can already deploy her almost instantly. At least quicker than before. This is also important, that plus 20 attack speed. It might seem not much, but it is very high. Now into his first skill. His first skill is like basically the same skill as Myrtle skill 1, but it costs more SP and it generates more TP deployment point. So that's the same type but better, I guess, but not essentially better because it has more SP cost, so you have to wait for it to be available. Now into the skill 2. His skill 2 is, so yeah, this skill is, you can say, the bread and butter of Elysium, yeah, because it provides you with TP cost, TP generation, and then it can slow your enemies up to 4 enemies and debuff their defense by 35%. It's very good. There's no downside at using the skill at all except the SP cost, and yeah, I think that's it. His stat is not very impressive. It just have a decent amount of defense, decent amount of attack, but it's not important. You deploy this type of vanguard just for their support and TP generation, right? You don't need them to tank anything or attack something, because yeah, that's not their role. Next operator is Weedy. Weedy is a specialist. It is the same type of specialist as Shaw and F Eater. Yeah, F Eater. She can push, basically. Now let's read her first talent. First talent is, you can use a water cannon that lasts for 20 seconds. The water cannon can attack a single enemy and push it away with small force. Okay, so you can deploy like a summon type, like Nightingale, that you can summon a cage to, yeah. But Weedy, you can summon a water cannon. You can deploy it, and then yeah, you can use it to blast your enemies away with a small force too. Small force. Next talent is Water Cannon Enhancement. Increase the force of water cannon's normal attacks and skills by 1 level. If the water cannon is deployed adjacent to Weedy, recover 1 SP to Weedy every 3 seconds. Let's get into it later. Let's read skill 1 first. The next attack will push the target away with large force. This is M3, okay? M3. Dealing 150% physical damage and stunning them for 1.2 seconds. This is basically the same type of skill as Shaw and F-Eater skill 1 do, except that this stun, while F-Eater only slow them, VD stun them. Then the second skill is water cannon mode. This skill is increase attack interval by plus 220%, attack plus 200%, attack range plus 2 tiles, attack change to range splash attacks, which push the targets away with medium force, infinite duration. Wow. This skill is, in my opinion, it is good in a state that is very long, like Annihilation. Annihilation 1, Annihilation 2, Annihilation 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, because this costs 70 SP, so it is better if you deploy her in a position that the enemies will constantly come in your way. So imagine it like you use Blaze. This is essentially a Blaze skill, but yeah, kind of. Yeah, you can treat it as Blaze. Oh yeah, it can push. So yeah, if the enemy is like small enemies, not the big enemies that you cannot push, it is good. It is very good because you can essentially delay them, like push them, and they cannot touch your operator if you deploy. Oh yeah, it has 3 tiles range in front of VD, so you can deploy a defender in front of VD so that she can attack the enemies in a safe distance. Yeah, that's it. Now this is the bread and butter of VD, the skill. LN2 cannon. Immediately fire a shot of compressed LN2, dealing 350% magic splash damage and pushing the targets away with huge force. Huge force. Additionally, for 8 seconds, the targets receive true damage proportional to the distance moved. If the water cannon is adjacent to VD, it will fire the same shot. The multiplier is already high, right? 350%. This is 3.5%. 3.5 times of her attack. It is magic and it is splash damage. By magic I mean arch damage, and it's splash. Not AOE but splash. You can treat it as AOE, but not really. And it push with huge force. Huge force is the highest level of force available in the game, and then it can deal true damage to the target that is being pushed. This skill is so good. If you ever watch a gameplay of VD, you know that she can push the enemies very far away. Like you can push the enemies from to the end of the map, to the end of the stage. This is so good. It's so good. Additionally, it can deal true damage. The true damage is 1200 or 1200 true damage per tile. So yeah, if you push your enemies like 5 tiles and the enemies then move for 3 tiles, then that's 1200 times 3, that's 3600 true damage, mind you. That is, true damage is, ignores defense and ignores resistance. It is good. It is good. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you deploy her skill deploy her cannon adjacent to VD, that cannon will fire the same shot. So essentially you will deal double damage, double this 350%. So you will deal a total of 700, 700 arc splash damage. Now her talent increase the shot by 1 level, so this will now VD skill tree is force. Her force level is 3, but because of her talent, her water cannon will have 4 level of force. Push force. So yeah, it is the highest push force that you can attain only by VD. Only by her water cannon can achieve that. So yeah, it is so good. It deals double damage. If you deploy her cannon, it deals double damage. It pushes your enemies even stronger. So yeah, it is good. Now her stat. Her stat is pretty high. Yeah, it has decent amount of HP, decent amount of attack. It is quite high. Decent amount of defense. So yeah. Now W. Okay. Let's read her first talent. 10 seconds after deployment, gain 60% physical and magic evasion and become less likely to be targeted by enemies. Her skill is good. It's good, but not essential. Yeah, because normally if you deploy the order of deploying operator is that you deploy the range operator first and then deploy the melee operator first, because most of the range operator have low defense, low HP and low resistance. So you normally you want to deploy them first, and then deploy a melee operator, because there's a like aggro system. So the enemy will target the latest operator you deploy. Like yeah, if you deploy your melee operator last, they will attack your melee operator last. So this skill is not it's not that important if you deploy your operator correctly, but some in some situation this talent is it's helpful, because it has 60% physical and arts evasion. This is already a combination of Durin's talent and 12F talents. That Durin is like 50% magic evasion, while 12F is 50% physical evasion. So yeah, and this become less likely to be targeted by enemies is, it throw less aggro. So even if you deploy W last, the enemy will still target your other operator instead first, if they are in range. Yeah. Now her second talent is Ruthless. Stun enemies within attack range have plus 18% physical damage taken. This synergizes well with her skill, because almost all of her skill can stun. So yeah, this is good. This is good. This is just more damage. More damage. Now into her first skill. Her first skill: immediately fire a grenade, dealing 350% physical damage and stunning the targets for 3 seconds. It has the SP cost of 16, so yeah, it's good. It deals a good amount of damage, it stuns the enemies for 3 seconds, but yeah, that's it, nothing more. Her second skill, check in the box. The next attack changes to burying a landmine on an eligible tile within attack range, lasts for 120 seconds or 2 minutes. Landmines trigger when an enemy passes over, dealing 280% physical damage to all nearby enemies and stunning them for 2.2 seconds. This is good because it costs way less than the skill 1. It only costs 8 SP, so every 8 seconds W can summon or deploy landmine. I would say landmine in this range. 14 landmine in total. So yeah, this skill is very good, very good. There is no downside in using this skill. It is consistent. It does not have any RNG. It deals AoE damage, I mean splash damage, and it has a high multiplier, 280%, and it also stuns them for 2.2 seconds. That's pretty long duration of stun, yeah. So yeah, this is good, and you can deploy up to 14 mines. Depends on how many tiles available in the stage. So next, her skill 3, D12. Plant bombs on up to 4 targets with the highest HP within attack range. The bombs will explode after a delay, each dealing 310% physical damage to all nearby enemies and stunning them for 5 seconds? I didn't know it was that long. So yeah, it costs 30 SP, it has 20 initial SP, so yeah, it is 33. It's not that high, but it's not that low either. This is very good skill, especially if the enemies is clumped up together, so there's like many enemies in near each other. It will deal 310% damage times 4. So how many is that? Like 1240. So yeah, 1240% in total physical damage. Yeah, it's so good. It's good. This skill it has good burst damage, I would say. If you need to eliminate your enemies, clumped up enemies, yeah, it's good. Now her stats: Elite 2 max level. It has a decent amount of HP, but it's low for. But for range operator, this is decent. Her attack power is 912. Plus, if you include her thrust extra bonus stats plus 100, this will become 1012. Wow, that's huge. Her defense is low. Her attack speed is the same as the other AoE sniper. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it for the W limited banner. In conclusion, you cannot go wrong with this banner. I'll be honest with you. You cannot go wrong. All the 3 operators in this banner is good. I would say compared to the previous limited banner, the Neon, Arc, and Hung, I would say this banner is way better than that banner, because in Neon banner I won't say they're bad, but some people say, or yeah, they're kind of niche. Hung is niche. Hung is a healing defender, but his performance is not good compared to another healing defender. But and then Ark is very, I would say it's good but niche. And Neon is solid defender, but if you already have like Hoshiguma, you don't really need Neon. So yeah. But this banner, this W limited banner, it's so good. You cannot go wrong with this banner. Essentially, just pull. I would say you will regret it more if you don't pull on this banner. It's like for example, if you want to save for future operator, like I don't know, sorter maybe, I would say don't, just spend some of your Orundum for this banner, please, because this banner is very good. especially okay, if you don't want to pull any of the 6 star operator like W, you don't need W because you already have Meteorite, it's okay. You don't want to pull for a double VD because you don't like using specialist operator. At least at the very least, pull for Elysium, please, because Elysium is I would say the most important operator to have in your team, because it's a vanguard. What I mean is, this banner, even if you don't like any of the operator, even if you don't like Elysium, you don't like W, you don't like VD, please pull at least one Elysium. You don't need you don't need potential 6 for, or max potential for Elysium, but if you have max potential, that's good, because Vanguard is good if you have max potential. Vanguard is always good if you have max potential or high potential, because it can reduce their deployment cost by up to 2. If it is Elysium, yeah, you can reduce its deployment cost by 2. Yeah, it's good. It is. Please at least pull one Elysium. It's better if you have 5. I mean, if you have max potential. So yes, I think that's it. Yeah, in conclusion, don't miss this banner, okay? Don't miss this banner. Pull on this banner. You will regret it if you don't pull on this banner because the banner is very good. Yeah. But at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. This is just my thoughts. Well, you can ignore my opinion because I'm just a random guy on the internet. You decide what you wanna do with this banner. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to you. The choice is in your hand. It's whatever. You like it, you pull it. You don't like it, you don't pull it. Whatever. But yeah, I think that's it. That's the end of the video. If you have any comment or any opinion or any thoughts regarding this banner, you can write it down in the comment, because I want to know your opinion regarding this banner. And also, if I miss anything or I said something wrong when I'm explaining this, if I said anything wrong, please correct me. It's in the comments down below. I will read every single one of your comments. I'll read all of them. I will also try to reply to all of them if possible. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.